Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 in a series between Th000 and Moon. Over here on the top left hand side you see Moon spawning as the yellow night elf. Meanwhile over here on the top right we have Th000 spawning as the red human. Game number 3 in this best of 3 series as we are all tied up at 1 game apiece. We're going to be taking a look. The Demon Hunter now making its way over here in order to clear out this particular creep camp. He wants to try and take down this peasant first so that the Troll Shadow Priest cannot really come into position there. Alright, Ancient of War. There's a little bit of slow. Ancient of War perhaps going to try and eat a tree and then make its way over, but instead, knowing that a Naga Sea Witch was picked up by Th000. So Th000 using the Naga Sea Witch as the primary hero instead of the Archmage. Interesting build. That will mean that there are probably more footmen already out onto the field, and what can also happen is that the archers are not going to be able to get away nearly as quickly. Now the Demon Hunter in most games would have mana burn as that level 1 ability, but it may have tech evasion first, and that in and of itself is another problem. Will Moon be able to get to level 2 quickly enough to get to mana burn and start trying to shut down this Naga Sea Witch? Naga Sea Witch as that primary hero. Archmage nowhere to be found as the militia are now making their way over here to the bottom right. Th000 gonna most likely try and clear out this creep camp rather quickly. You can see that there's a wisp off over there, and he knows what exactly is going to be happening as a Naga Sea Witch is going to be trying to surround and finishing off this Ogre Magi first. This is a 5-3-3 creep camp. The Demon Hunter could come in and try and steal it with the mana burn. Does not steal it with the mana burn. Gets a Gloves of Haste for the effort, as now the Forest Troll Trappers are going to be falling. As those Forest Troll Trappers fall, level 2 now on that Naga Sea Witch, as the Demon Hunter still sitting at level 1, quite unsure of what to do next. That one extra footman still causing problems inside the base. We're looking at 21 over 40 supply, and still no sign of any sort of expansion attempt, even though we do have Moonwells, and now another Ancient of War strategically placed in the middle portion of the map. Naga Sea Witch looking to finish off this particular creep camp. Demon Hunter is right here as well. Does have Boots of Speed, but it's not going to really matter as we are now getting into more and more buildings and towers. Going to go ahead and try and do a surround here. And this is actually some really nice pathing and play in order to try and finish off those units. It looks as though it is going to be a manual of health there, as we do see an ensnare go down. Couple of units going to go ahead and get taken out here. That Naga Sea Witch will be sitting at level 2, but the big problem is it going to try and steal some of that experience. Unable to do exactly that. There is another reveal, and there you go. Units are now all just looking to back off. Guard Tower number 1 and number 2 currently being added. Inside the main base, though, peasants are trying to repair this tower, or this scout farm. In that very front position, a lot of damage was dealt, but that bounce damage can't really easily kill off a peasant that quickly. Meanwhile, the guard tower is already at about half or 3/4 of the way and almost taking down that one tree. I'm actually a bit surprised by that. No, gonna be heading off over there instead. Alright, Naga Sea Witch is sitting at level 2. Demon Hunter is still sitting at level 1. Huntress is now joining in on the fight. And this is the problem with going Naga Sea Witch first. Without water elementals, Huntresses in the opening portion of the game just appear to be that much stronger. Higher hit points, better damage, faster movement speed. Without piercing damage to really keep them in check, the Huntresses are able to deal a lot of damage back across all of these footmen. We should be looking at a blacksmith. A blacksmith, and I was going to say dual barracks may even be necessary, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. Alright, Ensnare coming across. Ancient of War in that front position. Ensnare going down on a footman now. A little bit of an unlucky break, continuing to fight back once again, as the footmen are now being forced to retreat once more. Alright. Forest Troll Berserker for some reason not engaging. Demon Hunter still trying to go after the footman, and some beautiful pathing blocking once more, as this one footman should be able to get back inside the base soon. All right, Naga Sea Witch getting some cold arrows back onto that Demon Hunter, who is sitting at level 1, but does have boots of speed. Demon Hunter now coming back the other way, going to take a little bit of damage. I would totally believe that was mismanaged and mismicroed there, as the Demon Hunter should have enough for a mana burn now. All right, Naga Sea Witch running straight across. What is the Naga Sea Witch doing? I'm really not quite sure here, as the footmen are now looking to try and finish off the one Moonwell there. All right, there is a Fork Lightning trying to steal that Ogre Magi experience, unable to do so. Ancient of War does get taken down, as the Naga Sea Witch is still trying to slither her way. Will end up being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal. Most likely is going to at least get a Huntress in that engagement, and oh my goodness, yes, it does take down the Huntress. Back across here, we should be looking at an Arcane Vault. Scroll of Regeneration needs to be used, and needs to be used quickly. Not quite sure why it isn't being used. Waiting for one more footman, and there you have it. Back off to the north, one guard tower, level 1 weapons upgrade, but not the guns powder. It is going to be the swords. The melee upgrades now happening first, as the Naga Sea Witch does have a Clarity Potion and another Scroll of Regeneration. Footman now looking to engage here. Ogre Mauler, is it chasing after the units? Yes, that is an Ogre Mauler creep. Meanwhile, the Huntresses are trying to make their way back off to the north here. Naga Sea Witch as the primary hero, still causing a little bit of issues. Demon Hunter now trying to make its way back off over here again, as we see the Rifleman now joining in on the fight. Rifleman joining in on the fight, and that piercing damage, you can see how important it is to try and focus down those Huntresses. Those Huntresses all of a sudden just dropping oh so quickly. Hello, Arya. All right, you can sit. All right. Back across over here on the bottom left, Moon is attempting to set up a Trio Life expansion, but the peasants are already all in position. Ogre Magi may be able to force a cancellation there. Yes, and a destruction there, I mean, as the Ogre Magi is bloodlusted. More guard towers are being constructed. Th000 is going to be in a great spot here. Solo Naga Sea Witch doing surprisingly well, as now the Huntresses try to join in on the fight. Scroll of Protection being brought forward. The Footmen, the Riflemen trying to all engage. This is just a lot of focus fire already. The Footmen actually dealing damage back to those illusions, as well as we also see a Scroll of the Beast. Riflemen now trying to get back away. More Riflemen. The dual barracks causing a lot of problems, as the Huntresses now trying to go after those Riflemen again. They should just be turning around and firing freely, as we now see an Arcane Vault being built down to the south. Demon Hunter down to 92 hit points. Cannot survive this fight for very, very long. Naga Sea Witch down to 7 mana, as it looks as though this Arcane Vault here will allow for some healing. A big Scroll of Regeneration going to be for the human army here, as the Huntresses are going to try to get in position. Here we go. Guard towers, Riflemen are all down on the bottom here. This is not looking good for Moon. Moon will not be able to fend off this construction, as the guard towers will be nearly completed. All right, Scroll of Regeneration backing off here. Huntresses gonna get in position. Death of the Wisp. Guard towers are now up, and Moon suddenly needs to turn tail and run. Scroll of Regeneration. This army is gonna be back up to full health in about 20 seconds. And with that, they should be able to press forward. That is going to be a very big deal once more, as the Huntresses are considering trying to engage against those Footmen. A little bit of bounce damage, disrupting some of that healing, as the Naga Sea Witch finally decides to turn back around and engage. Riflemen are not upgraded, as I mentioned. The Footmen are upgraded 1-0. Massive number of Riflemen still being added. And still being trained back home. Peasants being forced to walk all the way back, as we're looking at, I believe, a 63 supply army, and we are getting Archmage now trained as that second hero. Ancient of War gonna get taken out. Economic advantage in favor of Th000. Meanwhile, army and counters are in favor of Th000 as well. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, as we're looking at, teching the tier 2 finally. It is raining in here. All right. Staff of Teleportation. Demon Hunter picks up a Scroll of Protection. Now going to be trying to fight back here. Riflemen are shooting, and they are missing quite a bit. The Huntresses do have an additional bit of armor. +2 armor is an additional, effective 12% more effective hit points, as the footmen are now still trying to back off. Riflemen now being forced to take that front line damage. Will the Naga Sea Witch be able to teleport a lot of these units home? Yes, one Huntress traded for one Rifleman. Back down across over here, though. Is the Demon Hunter going to actually try and engage here? That's a lot of guard towers with level 1 masonry upgrades. All right, Scroll of Regeneration being used by the Archmage, the Naga Sea Witch already. Archmage, where is that Archmage? Archmage is now back across here, and we should be looking at Water Elementals. All right, Demon Hunter being caught out of position. Is it going to try and use... Yes, it is, in fact, going to use a Potion of Invisibility in order to get away. No Dust of Appearance, as the invisible hero will be able to escape. All right, Huntresses going to be forced to try and run by here. There is no Dust of Appearance available at the shop. I do not believe there is currently a shortage, perhaps, as the Demon Hunter looked like he purchased the Dust of Appearance. What is Moon's long-term strategy going to be? These Huntresses are not enough. Technologically, he is behind. Economically, he is behind. And hero level, he is behind. Army size, he is behind. And there's not much that Moon can really do. 75 over 78 compared to 49. We're going to be looking at a small fight here. Huntresses are trying to pick off units. There is now a Pit Lord joining in on the fight. Demon Hunter is going to get into position. There's a mana burn now, but some slow, cold arrows happening. All right, what is that Pit Lord going to be doing? Is it going to rain a fire? Those riflemen are going to be forced to run all over the place, and the lines are breaking, but the size of Th000's army is just far too much. Water Elemental in that front line, detonation happening. All of these units are now trying to get away once more. A lot of low hit point Huntresses, as Moon does give the GG. And Th000 takes this series 2-1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You want to say bye?